December 2021
celebration of student achievement. The processional is about to begin. We ask that you remain seated until all of the platform is on the platform and that our students have arrived. Our graduates, we welcome you. Thank you for being here and celebrating this moment with them.
Good morning, graduates. Let's try it again. Good morning, graduates. Thank you. Please be seated. I want everyone to know that I have a script I am supposed to follow. I'm going to try my best to do so. Welcome to Volunteer State Community College graduation. Well deserved. Please give yourself a round of thanks. At this time, I would like to invite Thomas Gunnar Wright to lead us in the national anthem. Thank you. We're going to start off a little bit differently today, and I please ask for grace as this is my first commencement ceremony that I'm presiding over as the fourth newly installed president of Volunteer State. In light of last night's related weather, I pray that we have family, friends, colleagues, anyone that we know that are well and safe today. It does cast a little bit of a shadow on today's ceremony, but this still is a wonderful day for you to celebrate. So before we get started, can we take a moment to honor those who are impacted by last night's storm weather with a moment of silence? Thank you. Graduates, families, friends, thank you for celebrating with us today. Graduates, we want you to stay in touch with us as a part of our Alumni Association. We need you to help continue to spread the good word of all that you've achieved here at Volunteer State to make sure that others are taking advantage of all that we offer. We know that you're going to do lots of wonderful things in the community and beyond our community, reaching far across this globe, and we want to hear about them, so please stay in touch. Today I am pleased to present our commencement speaker, Deborah Moore. Not only is Deborah an associate professor of English here at Volunteer State, but she's a writer of fiction, nonfiction, and poetry. Deb has also made a splash on air and online with notable following as a podcaster and social media influencer on TikTok and Instagram with The Real Mystic. Graduates and guests, today, please join me in welcoming Vol State's very own Professor Deb Moore.
Thank you so much for that warm welcome. What a great day. President Montague, distinguished vice presidents, and members of the President's Cabinet, AKA the platform people, my esteemed colleagues in the faculty, our honored guests, family members and friends, and most important, the graduates of the class of December 2021. I am absolutely thrilled to have a chance to participate in a small way on this remarkably special day. And it is a special day. Two of the most special days of my life included walking across a platform and shaking a college president's hand. So you should savor this day. Celebrate yourself. Wring every thrilling drop out of this day. Take pictures, post them to social media, #VolState. In the course of a human life, there are, relatively speaking, just a handful of these special days. A few graduations, maybe a wedding, the birth of a baby, a couple of really standout birthdays, and for some of you, perhaps, the day that you learn you've been nominated for a Grammy Award, or you've just won a Nobel Prize. No matter how grandiose a life you might live, all in all, the special days add up to just a handful. All the rest, the vast bulk of a human life, is made up of non-special days. Just regular old days. You know those days where you get up and you have some breakfast and you get dressed and you go out to do what it is you do in the world and you come back home, have dinner, watch some TV, and go to bed so you can get up the next day and do it all over again. This, my friends, is going to be the vast bulk of your life. So it seems to me that we might want to take a moment to think about how to best live those non-special days, because we know how to live the special ones. They have a program that tells us what to do next. But on those non-special days, we set the program. We make the agenda. So how do we do that in a way that creates a life that is meaningful? Meaningful and rich and purposeful and rewarding and satisfying in that deep, deep way that we all desire. Well, I've given some considerable thought to that, and I've come up with 2 suggestions for how to accomplish this. Now, I know that all speeches and all papers are supposed to have 3 points. It's the law. And I know that Professor Asante is over there somewhere marking me down on his speech rubric right now. But since I'm probably one of the least important parts of your special day, I'm going to limit myself to just 2. Here's the first suggestion. Make it a top priority to discover, uncover, and live from the space of your authentic self. Get to know who you really are. This is ancient wisdom. 4,000 years ago, the people Socrates would have referred to as the ancient Greeks built a temple for Apollo at Delphi, and inscribed on one of the columns were the words, "Know thyself," except they were written in Greek, or ancient Greek. Much more contemporary to our day, just a mere 400 years ago, William Shakespeare wrote in his play Hamlet, "This above all, to thine own self be true, and it must follow as the night the day, thou canst not then be false to any man." Now you might say, "Oh, I know who I am, Deb, and I'm going to be me no matter what. People are just going to have to get used to it." I know some of you say that because I've had you in class. And good for you. That level of confidence is admirable. You stay on that path. But you might want to know that you are a complex being with many layers, and for most of us, this journey to self-knowledge is one that takes years, decades even, for all rights and purposes, a lifetime. You see, deep inside of you, there is this second you, this internal you, and for a long time, it just stays quiet, just kind of goes along for the ride. It sometimes makes itself known at an early age in those who write middle school poetry, or those who feel a twinge of nostalgia at the sight of the setting sun. But for most of us, this dive into our true self really starts to speed up in adulthood. It may putter along for a while, but there are certain experiences that can really shift it into high gear, like maybe some time spent in therapy or on a spiritual journey. Often, I'm sorry to tell you, it will be a heartbreak or a loss that compels us forward in really knowing ourselves. This increasing awareness of your authentic self becomes a relationship, an interaction between your outer self, the one you show to others and for most of your life you think is the real you, and your inner, truer self. Once this relationship becomes known to you, it can be nurtured in an intentional way. This often involves long talks into a mirror and long walks in the woods. Whatever form of self-reflection that best allows you to spend quality time learning more and more about the real you. You might discover that you are quite different from what you've always been told. You might discover that you like things you didn't know you liked, and you don't like things you've always thought you should. You might realize that who you really are is so much more than the story you've always believed about yourself. It might seem like a lot of work, this journey of self-discovery, but I've known many people who've undertaken it, and I've only ever heard one complaint. I wish I had started earlier. I wish I had lived more of my life as the real me. Here's the second suggestion. Grab every opportunity to be of service to others. I mean, grab it like a winning lottery ticket that just blew into your hand. Some of you are already motivated by service. Many of you chose your major because you wanted to be qualified and certified to help others in a particular way. I'm not just talking about the health science majors, though I know so many of you started on the path to be nurses and respiratory therapists and physical therapy assistants and radiologic technicians and ophthalmic technicians and EMTs and vet techs because it was important to you to be of service to others. But there are also history majors and criminal justice majors and biology majors and general studies majors who feel compelled to serve in some way. I also know, let's just be honest for a minute, that some of you aren't thinking about service at all. Maybe you're thinking you just have too much else on your plate right now to worry about others. You just climbed this huge mountain, and you likely have another one in front of you. Maybe some more schooling or entering the job market. Your brain has been overwhelmed for semester after semester. You may have to put a roof over your head. Maybe you have a family that depends on you. Or maybe you're concerned about trying to establish your life in an uncertain world. And you really can't be bothered with thinking about being of service to others right now. And you know, that's okay. You be where you need to be. Do what is in front of you to do. But maybe just let me plant the seed of service in your spirit. No, Deb, no, you say, my spirit is full up. I have no space left for even a seed because, Deb, I am tired. Anybody tired? Okay, well, let me just offer the idea of a seed of service, just that much. Nope, no thank you, Deb, I'm full up. You and your crew over there in the faculty have done nothing but plant all kinds of things for me to ponder in my brain for the last 2 years or so. I have no more room for one more idea. So, okay, I hear you. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to just present the whisper of a seed of an idea of service. And I'm going to trust that when your life quiets down a little, you'll hear that whisper when you're ready. There's an old movie made way back in the medieval period of 1954. The movie is called Magnificent Obsession, and it starred Rock Hudson and Jane Wyman, two people most of you have probably never heard of. But they were kind of like the Ryan Reynolds and Emma Watson of their day. Now, I'm not going to give away too many spoilers because I know you're all going to rush right home and watch it. But here's the important nugget. The magnificent obsession is giving. Now, there are 2 rules to the giving. 1, you have to give in secret. You can't announce your generosity or receive any acclaim for it. And 2, you can't seek to be paid back. You give without any thought to a return. You just give. Now, both of these rules are designed to make sure that you have no other motivation for giving than to just give, because according to the movie, if you follow this practice, if you give purely from a desire to be of help to others, it becomes a magnificent obsession that starts to act as a sort of personal power plant. I'm not talking about the kind of power that you can wield over another person. This is a deep internal sense of power. It's a deep internal sense of purpose and mission. It's a clarity of vision for your life. It connects you to something bigger than yourself, and that something will light you up. While you might have to focus right now on earning a living and feeding the outer you, it is service that will feed the inner you. And that's why it makes you feel powerful. Service nourishes your soul. Every year, these people behind me and those people to the right of you receive all kinds of data about the job market. They look carefully at how many nurses and EMTs are needed in our service area. They investigate how the new media complex planned for Hendersonville will provide possible jobs for our entertainment media production graduates. They meet with local business leaders to discuss how our mechatronics program or logistics program or art program or education program helps provide graduates that support and sustain our community. They negotiate transfer agreements with regional universities to make the transition to the next academic level as smooth as possible for our biology and English and history and mathematics majors. And this work they do is important. They're doing the work of matching your skills and desires with what your hometown needs from you, what your state needs from you. But on this special day, I want to tell you what the world needs from you. It needs for you to show up in service as your authentic self, shining the light that only you can shine, being the person that only you can be. And I'll let you in on a little secret. When you do that, when you serve from the heart and you show up as the real you, all of those non-special days will be suddenly brimming with the potential for magic and miracles and meaning. I'm so proud of you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Professor Moore. That was amazing, inspiring, touched my soul. At this time, I would like to welcome to the podium Jennifer James to award Outstanding Student Graduate. Again, trust me, it's my first time. Come forward, Jen.
Thank you, Dr. Montague. You're doing very well. Thank you, Professor Moore, for that inspiring speech. My name is Jennifer James, and I represent faculty and serve as the Faculty Council Speaker. And it's my privilege to present the Outstanding Graduate Award. I've also broken several speech rules, Professor Asante, so you can mark me off for that. Before I announce the award, I would like to, on behalf of faculty, first recognize the hard work and the success of all of our graduates. Through struggles and storms, tornadoes, uncertainty and stress, you were resilient over these past 2-3 years, however long it's taking you to get here. Whether your classes were online or face-to-face, masked or unmasked, you got sent home for quarantine, you persisted. Ball State pioneers, it is no small thing that you have prevailed over procrastination, I'm looking at you, and the pandemic, and you are here today graduating. You deserve all the praise and accolades you're receiving from your friends and family and your community. We are so proud of you, and you should be proud of yourselves, and give yourself a round of applause real fast. Several of you were nominated for the Fall Outstanding Graduate Award, and I'm proud to announce the winner of the December 2021 Outstanding Graduate Award now. The winner of this award is a returning student and a proud mother of 6. Like many returning students, her dream of attending college was delayed as she focused on work and family. But when she decided to return to school and pursue a degree in nursing, she did it with all the energy and patience only a mom of 6 possesses. Sort of the Elastigirl of Fall State. But getting to graduation was not easy. It was, in her own words, a product of pure determination, a lot of late nights, and a supportive family who helped pick up the slack at home. According to the nursing faculty members who nominated her, she excelled academically in a challenging nursing curriculum and received praise for her clinical abilities from her supervisor. She also helped others succeed along the way. Employing that traditional method of mentoring in the study of medicine, see one, do one, teach one, our outstanding graduate took precious time to help her classmates who were struggling by conducting study sessions on Zoom during the time at home. So now she enters the nursing field at a particularly challenging time for healthcare workers with COVID protocols and heavy patient loads. But she loves taking care of patients. As she says, it's instilled in her to care for others. And she plans to go back and continue developing her skills by going back to school in January to earn a Bachelor of Nursing. Because of all of her academic and clinical accomplishments, she was chosen by her instructors to be awarded the Outstanding Graduate Award at her pinning ceremony, and she truly embodies what it means to be an excellent student. So it is my honor to award the Outstanding Graduate Award to Margie Riggs. Congratulations. Unfortunately, I don't think Margie could make it here today, but we will be sure to get this to her. Our congratulations to you, Margie.
Good morning. I'm Jennifer Brazina. I'm the Vice President for Academic Affairs, and it's a pleasure at this time to recognize those students graduating with honors as designated in the program. You'll notice that some graduates are wearing different color stoles or medallions representing their membership in either our academic honors program or one of our honor societies. All honors recipients are wearing gold tassels. Will all of the honors graduates please stand? I would now like to recognize those students who are receiving transfer scholarships based on their academic achievements. If you are receiving a transfer scholarship to a four-year institution, please stand. Thank you.
So I looked at the program and saw that I went woefully out of order. But you know, we like to mix it up, keep us on our toes. At this moment, I would like to invite Lori Johnson, Volunteer State Alumni Association, with a welcome.
Good morning. Wow. I am standing here as the distinguished alumnus. That's not an award I take lightly. Today I might be a platform person, but it hadn't been that long ago. It just seems like yesterday that I was sitting where you're sitting. And I know the hard work and sometimes tears, statistics, we all have our struggles. Mine was statistics. And Dr. Asani, please don't judge me right now because you were my communications teacher. So I'm probably going to go off script too. I am just so happy to share on this day, this excitement that you are witnessing today, your graduation. I know your family and friends have to be very proud of you, as am I. As I thought, now what am I going to talk to them about today? I began reflecting on my life and thought, share with them how I got to this point, standing on this stage as the distinguished alumnus. I have truly come full circle. Let me explain. So when I graduated from high school, no one in my family had ever been to college. I knew nothing about scholarships, Pell Grants, financial aid, anything. I was the middle child of 5 children. My parents couldn't afford to send me to college, so I knew I'd have to work and pay for my own way. So I did. I took a year off knowing that I would eventually realize my dream of obtaining my degree. So when I got to the point where I had enough money saved that I could enroll and pay for that first semester, I took that step and did that. It was bumpy along the way, but I did complete that first semester. Then I realized, okay, I might have to step it up and work full-time and try to go to classes full-time my second semester. So I enrolled. Well, it didn't pan out. Much like the young lady who just received the award, I'm a returning student. It took me 15 years to return, but I did it. Like I said, I was raised with the belief you pay as you go. So I didn't seek student loans. I didn't know what I didn't know. I was green and young and naive. So within the next couple of years after I withdrew from my classes, I got married. I had my son, and that became my focus. But that dream was always in the back of my mind. I knew one day I would realize that dream. So fast forward 15 years, and I worked for a company that actually offered tuition reimbursement. And I said, this is it. This is it. This is the way I'm going to be able to complete my dream. So I enrolled. I finished my degree. And probably within a couple of months after graduation, I began my career here at Ball State. I worked in the foundation. I had the responsibility and the pleasure of assisting other students to complete their dream. I loved Ball State. I still love Ball State. It was an opportunity for me to, again, I think somebody mentioned giving, to give back and to help others. And I really felt like I was doing that within the foundation. While I was an employee here at Ball State, I was able to obtain my bachelor's degree and my master's degree. Not long after graduating with my master's degree, I had the opportunity to pursue another career path. It was bittersweet and it was a very hard decision, but it was one at that time I felt like I needed to make. Now, I still maintain my relationship with Ball State through serving on multiple committees within the foundation. Eventually, I was asked to serve on the foundation board. And so just 2 years ago, I served as the board chair. So that's what I mean when I say I come full circle, because now here I am standing in front of you as the distinguished alumnus. Again, an award that I don't take lightly. I'm going to refer to a movie as well. Doesn't go back as far as that one, but in the movie City Slickers, Billy Crystal's character, Mitch Robbins, he was struggling with midlife crisis. He was roped into joining two of his friends out west for 2 weeks on a cattle drive. This is where they met Cowboy Curly. Cowboy Curly not only taught them how to be real cowboys, but he also taught them a few things in life. Now, when they first met Curly, they thought he was rude, abrasive, and a little scary, so much so they didn't know if they would survive the night with Curly. Well, they did survive the night, and as their relationship grew, Curly and Mitch, he realizes that underneath that gruff exterior, there's a kind nature there, and they continue to grow a relationship. And Curly said, "Mitch, you want me to tell you what the secret to life is?" Oh, he was so excited. "Yes, that's why I'm here. I want to know the secret to life." He said, "It's one thing." "Okay, and?" "It's one thing." He just kept saying, "The secret to life is one thing." So Mitch keeps badgering Curly, asking him, "Please tell me, share me what that one thing is." He finally said, "That's up to you. You need to find what the most important thing in your life is and make that your one thing." So all three men came back from that cattle drive as real cowboys, but also finding their one thing. So here's my challenge to you, and I'm encouraging you today to find your one thing in life. George Bernard Shaw once said, "Life isn't about finding yourself, it's about creating yourself." I believe Ball State put me on that path to creating myself. I learned a lot about me when I was here and what a difference I could make as a student, as an employee, and now as a foundation board member. Life is not a problem to be solved, but a reality to be experienced. Take this experience that you have had at Ball State and go into the world and find your one thing. If you ask me what my one thing is, I'd have to say it's the opportunity to give back. We talked about giving earlier. It's the opportunity to give back in a way that impacts others and changes lives. I know the difference Ball State made in my life. As a former employee and now as a board member, I see the difference it makes in the lives of students every day. Because of Ball State, I completed my dream. That was the first step on my path. It was a huge step for me. I know there'll be many of you that go ahead and pursue additional degrees. Some of you will go directly into the workforce. I challenge each of you that when you find that one thing, and if you believe, like I believe, that Ball State played a pivotal role and put me on that path, then take that opportunity to give back. The foundation has an Alumni Association scholarship. This scholarship is funded by alumni, and it is awarded to a family member of an alumnus. By giving to this scholarship, you could change the life of a student. You can help put them on that path to finding their one thing. Life is never easy for those of us who dream, but dream anyways, and dream big, and go find your one thing. Thank you and congratulations.
And now for the moment that we've been waiting for. At this time, I'd like to introduce or invite Dr. Brzezina to the podium for the presentation of candidates for graduation.
Will the volunteer state graduates please rise and remain standing? Madam President, I have the honor of presenting to you our candidates for graduation. They have met or will meet all of the requirements for the appropriate certificate or degree. These candidates have been evaluated and recommended by our faculty, and I recommend the conferral of their degree and the awarding of their certificates.
I can't see on and off with the glasses. Graduates, please come forward across the stage. Am I missing a point? Oh, right there. Graduates, by authority of the Tennessee Board of Regents, Chancellor Flora Tidings, and the Tennessee General Assembly, I confer upon you the appropriate degrees and certificates earned. You may be seated. Now we do the next part. All right. But it's not in my book. Now do I just introduce Emily? Come on. If I can have the first row of graduates to stand and come across the stage.
Receiving a technical certificate, Mackenzie Claire Stearns. Brianna Grimes. Cheyenne Ransom. Mackenzie Jade Topper. Cortland Brashay Johnson. Lori Lynn Holland. Ashley Little. Bailey Deanne O'Brien. Amanda Stokes. Joseph Hodge. Martin Michael Method. Brianna Farrar. Kelly Marie Rader. Zachary Grant Joyner. Joseph Patrick Haley II. Destiny Wade. Mackenzie DeCourcy. Timothy Nielsen. Autumn Renee Harding. Autumn Renee Smith. Allison Nicole Gray. Julie Mims. Madison Young. Antonella Saltos. Cynthia Wright. Tequila Tashay Burns. Micah Annette Dodson. Receiving an Associate of Applied Science, Madison Grace Lewis. Mary Lynn Hayes, cum laude. Shelby Ann Stewart. Frederick Anthony Nicolin III. Sherry Stafford, summa cum laude. Rachel Aaron Wolf. Grace Jo Venata. Sierra Louise Maggart, summa cum laude. Joshua Alex Buliga. Jeremy Colton Morell, magna cum laude. Natasha Rena McDonald. Arisman Rose, cum laude. Christopher Alexander Oliver. Austin Kane Baker, cum laude. Jacoby Bowman. Christian Gordillo. Angelia Juliet Batson. Brenda Rogers. Morgan Bailey Sheriff, cum laude. Aubrey Lee Kiefer. Matthew Stafford, magna cum laude. Stephen Williams, magna cum laude. Kiara Lindsay, cum laude. Marcenio Rayford. Tatum Clark. Sherry Parker. Heather Birdwell, summa cum laude. Juana Matia. Courtney Michelle Swayze. Tiana Mae McAnally, magna cum laude. Michael Joseph Lopez, summa cum laude. Kathy Billings Richardson. Samara Doss. Caleb Powell. Jennifer Ann Satchel. Samuel Terrence Martin. Jerry Richmond. Catherine Hardaway. Alexander Geist, magna cum laude. Patrick Anthony Nolan. John Pleasant, summa cum laude. Danny Quinn Hathaway. Germond Amamali, cum laude. Eric Kiefer, summa cum laude. Elizabeth Mary Pettis, cum laude. Gabrielle Megan Chambers. Alicia Cherie Brinkley, summa cum laude. Kimberly Nicole Richardson, cum laude. Receiving an Associate of Science, Rachel Lynn Sharper, cum laude. Angelica Faith Baskerville, cum laude. Haley Renee Holland, cum laude. Diany Keller Vasquez. Ana Juliet Munguia. Peyton Alexia Cutright, cum laude. Mariah Lene Sykes, cum laude. Allison Ray Smith. Savannah Michelle Hogan. Yvonne Johnson. Morgan Riley Baumeier. Gisma Lunar. Cassidy Brooke Crawford, cum laude. Forrest Donald Gill. Jenna Eliane King, cum laude. Laura Patricia Gonzalez Delgado. Lauren Marie Wright. Haley Glassener. Ashley Anderson. Tatum Marie Anderson. Caitlin Brooke Bennett. Amelia Page Drake. Adam Stafford. Brandon McCain Metter. Daly Renee McLeod, magna cum laude. Sumaj Head. Rachel Jolie Collins, magna cum laude. Lainey Marie Sturm. Marta Alicia Martinez. Benjamin Durand. Cameron Williams. Cameron Lee Dean Campbell. Ashley Blake Allen, summa cum laude. Rhiannon Smotherman, magna cum laude. Meredith Breedwell Robbie, cum laude. Kayla Michelle Finch. Velma Crochet. Yamilet Pineda. Keely May Barnes. Kristen Leah Jones. Kesley Risha, magna cum laude. Skylar Noel Watkins. Janelle Latte Rena. Alyssa Marie Crosslin. Brittany Ann Reynolds. Jesse Clay Swan. Jessica Thomas. Kristen Mowry. Isaac Samuel Freeman, magna cum laude. Elizabeth Woodall. Jason Michael Lightfoot. Allison Lee Davidson. Sandra Guadalupe Young. Alexandria Hess. Chelsea Skinner Barbie. Kayla Renee Woods. Stephanie Renee Thompson. Jessica Lynn Fry, magna cum laude. Javon Nash. Natalie Ariana Recinos, magna cum laude. Lindsay Eplin, cum laude. Miranda Driver. Lindsay Ashworth. Brooke Taylor Jones, magna cum laude. Gabrielle Shanice Northington. Annabelle Rose Tauchus, cum laude. Gabriel Bradley, magna cum laude. Donnie Goodrum. Cheyenne Jansen. Emily Tatiana Ruiz Ledesma. Alisa Hilbert. Lauren Brenda Husari, summa cum laude. Stephanie Hardy. Maria Juk, magna cum laude. Ethiopian Chopping, magna cum laude. Olivia Ruth Akins. Maitri Patel, summa cum laude. Emma Laura Flores. Garrett Bucklew. Harley Marie Kemp. Cheyenne Renee Shadowin. Alexandra Noel Richardson, cum laude. Amy Michelle Hicks, cum laude. Shyla Nicole Seiler. Chandler Norman. Myshea Hendricks. Emmy Lee Grubbs. Sarah Todd Taylor. Florence Renee Fears, summa cum laude. Helena Serena Ferguson. Emma Phelps. Maya Simone Thompson. Robin Elise Hawkins. Alexander Kirkham. Austin Daniel Yoder. Coltier Kathleen Ryan, summa cum laude. Kennedy Amaya Watkins, summa cum laude. Jessica Adkins. Nicole Catherine Black. Karen Elizabeth Sowell, magna cum laude. Lauren Nicole Smith, cum laude. Sherilyn McMurrian. Lisbeth Peña Mata. Andrea Dawn Rosasco. Emily Deja Johnston. Christopher Allen Brown. Receiving an Associate of Arts, Morgan Brooke McClendon. Dara Fontana. Ispede Hernandez Pedrosa, summa cum laude. Alicia Contreras. Betty Elaine Hicks, cum laude. Vivian Estelle Pettis. Receiving an Associate of Fine Arts, Alexandra Kimberly Haynes, summa cum laude. Sarah Tiboka. Receiving an Associate of Science in Teaching, Amanda Edwards. Michaela Fitzgerald, magna cum laude. April Mackenzie Fulton. Holland McKinley Prophet, magna cum laude. Cheyenne Summer Shirley, cum laude. Yomira Yahara Solis.
Will all of the candidates please rise? Symbolic of your graduation, please move your tassels from the right side to the left. And now I present to all of you the graduates of the Volunteer State Community College class of December 2021. Congratulations, graduates. You may be seated.
Wow. So I get to do the closing remarks, and let me say that math is not my strong suit. Either yesterday or today marks my 100th day in office, and this was an amazing way to celebrate. Also a pretty good holiday gift, Christmas gift as well, so thank you, graduates, for this achievement. I'd like to take this time to also thank your families, friends, supporters, the faculty and staff at Volunteer State for helping you achieve this dream. Truly, as a community, anything is possible, and so we welcome you back to work here, teach here, mentor and help other students here. Our doors are always open if you want to come back and get that other degree. If you decide to change lanes in your career, it is such an honor and privilege to be the president here and to celebrate this momentous occasion with you. And with that, I give you all thanks and praise. And now I'd like to introduce Thomas to lead us in the alma mater. If everyone could please stand.
Dear alma mater, pride of Tennessee, we go forth to serve humanity. Pioneers imbued with learning, we volunteer state, we pledge our loyalty. Down through the days, our hearts are filled with cheer. We recall the joys of college years. Many times we cheered our colors true, singing the praise of red and white and blue.
Thank you. You may be seated. Professor James, if you will lead us. With that, we close our ceremony and we'll ask Professor James to begin the recessional.
Oh, put your knees. That concludes our amazing ceremony. Thank you all for being here. Congratulations, and let's go celebrate!